Hey Cloud Gamers, today I'm having a look at Dual Universe. You may not have heard of this game, but it received over $11 million in funding last year, and it is a completely player-based created world. Now, you'll see that I'm beginning off with a tutorial here, and to be fair, and to give you some warning ahead of time, there are a lot of tutorials. I think probably the first 2 hours I spent in this game was going through these kind of led through tutorials. But as you can see, there is a lot to learn. You have so many different sectors of this game, and I'm just going to touch on my first impressions as I've been playing here. This is running on the maximum settings 2080 Super Rig at 1440p and the high settings. You can see already that this was struggling, and I think I need to tweak the settings, but because I was just playing through and I was quite involved with the tutorials and stuff, I didn't really sit playing around with the settings. Also, it took me a few attempts to get into the servers because it is getting more and more popular. There is a link in the description below if you do want to join the beta. This is very much of a beta system right now, but you can see here I'm doing some of the mining aspect. After I've got my section on the Sanctuary Moon, this is one of the safe havens where you can come and build without worry of getting blown up or having other players kind of ruin what you're doing. And this kind of touches on one of the main parts of this game. Everything is based on voxels. If you don't know what those are, it is little tiny blocks, and everything is made up of these kind of building blocks of squares, triangles, prisms, or spheres. As I said, this is kind of my first impressions. I will be doing a few more videos of Dual Universe as it progresses. There is just so much to this game, it is unbelievable. If you thought Minecraft was in depth, it has nothing on Dual Universe. What you're seeing here is the very tip of the iceberg, and I mean it's a really big iceberg. You could see it's a drop of snow on top of a mountain. This is the type of game that you will probably spend days, if not years in. And building stuff is going to take a lot of time and people to do so. The graphics are getting a lot better. You'll see that I've been mining lots of stuff here, and then I need to go and jump in my speeder to go to the marketplace to sell that stuff and to buy some more stuff. Distance travel is real time, so you are going to want to be progressing your ships and your speeders. You see that I'm traveling at 270 kilometers an hour here. But my safe haven spot was actually 30 kilometers away from this marketplace, so I was traveling for quite a while. Fortunately, it does have some cruise control options, so I have to do other things and just make sure you don't crash on the way. This is one of those games that you do want something else running in the background, potentially maybe even some of the tutorials or wikis to try and figure out a lot of the stuff going on. The tutorial does get you to build one of these speeders on the offset, so you're not left without transportation. Although there are a lot of tutorials, it does a very good job of guiding you through the kind of motions of how to get started. But this is a game that's going to be slow to learn and difficult to master. But when you do master it, it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. The graphics that I've seen so far are pushing the limits of the stuff that you can do already, but it's only going to get better. This game has only released to the open beta at the end of August and will be a subscription model going forward. They are looking to release this fully next year, and some of the original pre-renders from the alphas were absolutely spectacular, and they're trying to run everything off of a single server using sharding technology, so they're really pushing the bounds of technology across the board here. In some of their pre-rendered alphas, they were pitching over 30,000 players around a single kind of market hub, and you could see all of those players and the performance wasn't too bad. Something else that this game offers, just to kind of show off some of the upcoming content, is you can use these kind of VR tubes to travel to distant places and kind of visit it without danger of hurting yourself. One of these is what is called the Big Ship Museum, and you can see here some of the ships that you can build later on. As I said, I'm barely scratching the surface of the game with this impressions, and you can see here that you can build massive spaceships moving forwards, and you can have whole teams of people, flying around the galaxy with you. I'm just shown you kind of one of the starting areas and what's called the Sanctuary Moon, which is where you can build your own kind of base. But look at the detail of these ships, you know. You can have huge spaceship with all your friends traveling around the universe, doing mining missions, or there's piloting missions, transportation missions. There's several sectors to this game for things like mining, commerce, just piloting in general, and they all each have their specialisms, not to mention the skill tree for your player as well, which you can be constantly researching, and the research does carry on while you're not playing, so you are encouraged to queue up stuff. I queued up a whole bunch of stuff around piloting and ships and stuff, and it was going to take 10 days, and that was just kind of 2 subsections of the skill tree. So they really are encouraging the kind of longevity of play here. This does kind of remind me a little bit of Star Citizen, but it does seem a lot further along, and you have this whole kind of Minecraft build aspect to it, which really is pushing the limits. If you look at some of the other videos online, you can see some of the creations that people have already been building, and it is absolutely phenomenal. Everything that you see in this world is supposed to be player built, so when you are traveling around, apart from these kind of museum type scenarios, they are player built. Towards the evening times of kind of US time, I am seeing queues of over 600-700 waiting to get into the beta. So be warned that you might be having those kind of long wait times to actually get into the game if you are playing at peak times. Hopefully as the game progresses and the patches roll out, they will increase those limits. And at the moment, I have not really been able to successfully play this very well on the Shadow Rig, hence why I'm using the 2080S here. But I am really impressed with what is available in this game, and it is definitely something that I'll probably continue to learn in the background, and I will be following this game as it progresses. The next big patch that's going to come out is addressing some of these performance and graphical issues, and really pushing the limits of what it can do. The roadmap is very public, and I'm very excited for them to kind of stick with that and see how the game progresses. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the latest across cloud gaming platforms. And if you want to hit that beta, there's a link in the description as well. And I will see you in the dual universe.